Okay, so this is problem 1.7.127. Can't really see it here, but they ask us to collect like terms, so I wrote it out. So they are asking us to collect like terms of all of these terms here, and the like terms are going to be the variables that have the same exponent. So we have, excuse me, let me say that again. Like terms are terms that have the same variable raised to the same exponent. Okay, so for instance, 17 over 2a is a like term with this negative 2/3 a. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to collect these, but you'll notice these all have fractions, so we need to get common denominators. So what I'm doing when I identify a common denominator is I'm thinking about what is the number, the smallest number that both 2 and 3 will go into evenly. And that number is 6. They'll go into other numbers, they'll both go into 12, they'll both go into 24, etc. But the smallest number that they will both divide into evenly is 6. So I want to make both of these a 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 17 over 2a and I'm going to multiply it by a 3 over 3. Now the reason I'm doing that is because 3 over 3 is the equivalent of 1. So I can multiply by that, and all I'm doing is changing the denominator to be a 6. But if I'm going to do that, I have to do the same thing to the top. Okay, and then I'm going to bring my negative 2/3 a here to group these together. And I'm going to multiply this by 2 over 2. Okay, so for the same reasoning, 2 over 2 is the equivalent of 1, and 3 times 2 is in the bottom here is what's giving me 6. Okay, and then I also have like terms between the 22 over 7b and the negative 9 over 14b. So the common denominator between those is 14. That's the smallest that they share in common, that they can both divide into evenly. So I need to take this 22 over 7b and multiply by 2 over 2 to get the denominator up to a 14. And then this term right here, 9 over 14b, doesn't need a common denominator because it already has it. It's already a 14. Okay. All right, and then I'm just bringing my minus 42 along. Okay, so right here, what we have is 17 times 3 is going to be 41a over 6. Okay. And then here, this is going to be a minus 4a over 6. Oops, sorry. Okay, so the 17a times 3 is 41 over 6. Oh, no, wait, it's not. It's 51. That's what I get for doing things in my head this early in the morning. Okay, so that is 51. And then the 2a times the 2 over 6, so that's 4a over 6. Here I'm going to get 22 times 2 is 44b over 14, and then I have minus 9 over 14b. Okay, and then I'm bringing along my minus 42. Okay, so now that we have common denominators, we can actually bring the numerators together and perform the operation there. So you can see that 51a minus 4a, that's going to give us a 47a over 6. Okay, and then the 44b minus the 9b is going to give us a 35, positive 35 over 14b. And it doesn't matter whether I write the variable in the top of the fraction or on the side of the fraction. It's the same thing. Just don't put it in the bottom because that's something different. And then I have minus 42. And then the last thing you want to do is you just want to see if any of these fractions will reduce. And what you'll notice is that this fraction will reduce right here because 7 will divide into both 35 and 14, so we would want to reduce it. And this one doesn't reduce. So here, if I take 7 into 35, it goes in 5 times, and 7 into 14 goes 2 times. So that would be my answer there, the 47 over 6a plus 5 halves b minus 42.